what to say, what to do. So much has happened, so much has changed, and we're mid-battle in the current episode of Season 3. We're trying to switch to the core rules, and we're introducing not one, but a second cameo tonight in Season 3. Joe Gibson, who plays Niles, his new construction gig has made his attendance a little dodgy, so we've come up with sort of a fun idea for sort of an on and off again cameo using our very own Joe Davis from Monday Night. You might know him as Atticus, the Catfolk inventor from our All Guns No Glory podcast, as well as doing some of the one-shots coming up soon. But we'll get into that. For right now, let's run some intro. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another exciting episode of the Elven Portal Podcast. We are playing in Season 3, Book 3, Tomorrow Must Burn of the Age of Ashes, Pathfinder 2nd Edition Adventure, and we're trying to flip it to core. First thing we noticed, someone like Albrecht Stonechucker, played by Matt Witt, who's playing a sorcerer, the core doesn't have the alchemist for his archetype yet. So patching holes with current Pathfinder legacy rules, just so you guys know, not everything we're going to present or try to wrap our head around is completely up to date, but we are snatching up the books as fast as they come out, making adjustments as fast as we can learn them, so that you can enjoy an updated version of Age of Ashes. I'm sure there are plenty of Age of Ashes. I know of at least 10 Age of Ashes podcasts out there, but how many have switched to Pathfinder core? We shall see. Gentlemen, when last we left our party, we were a round and a half in. You guys had emerged from the cave entrance near Cypress Point, outside of Kintargo, from the portal, made your way along, saw some kerfuffle going on in Cypress Point, thanks to Karam, our halfling. Our cameo with Andrew MalBurg returns this season, and shuffling along through the forest and woods, we ran into not an adventuring party, but a slave party with 3 sneak. Well, we fought them before. That probably work. 3 sneaks that work for the Triad. A dwarven slaver with a name, I might add. I've got my crit cards already. And a unique animal to Cheliax, because now we've poofed to northern Cheliax, a region that they've lost, called Ravenel. They've lost this to the freedom fighters, the liberators, the Bellflower Network. All these terms will be explained in up-and-coming episodes. A blood boar. A nasty, nasty creature. This thing is, I want to say huge or large, but I believe it's still considered like just a medium creature. You know, it's nasty, vicious looking, but still, I mean, this thing comes at you. It's wearing pierced nose and chains and spikes, and it's snarling. And it only lasted a round and a half before Niles and Muros, who, returning tonight, Ryan Messina, plays Muros. It's great to drop a player in after punishing him for missing an episode, after he sort of rectum punched this thing and exploded it. And then we're like, oh, Ryan, welcome back. And you're covered in all the gore and poop that you threatened to lay about with the witches a couple episodes back. So, coming in hot, going to the battle board. We have taken down the map, brought up the battle board after Albrecht Stonechucker had done a 30-foot cone crashing wave and injured several of them. Drew's telling me we have notes where from earlier in round 1, a lot of guys were inflicting some some persistent damage, and we'll get back to that, on Sneaky Human 1. Now, I always get this wrong. I believe the persistent damage comes at the end of their round, and then their flat save, but they get to do their actions first. Or do we do persistent damage, then their actions, then the flat save? I can never remember. Help me out here, Drew.
The first way. So they get to do all their actions, and then they take persistent damage, and then they do a roll to see if they take it again next turn.
Okay. So, with a hop, skip, and a jump, our sneaky human 1 comes down 5, 10, 15, 20 feet over, swings wide, and then comes up adjacent below Muros as a single move action. She, getting close to you, Muros, she carries a rapier, and in her offhand, she carries manticles, swinging them menacingly around, but attacks you with the rapier first. And coming up on Muros, a little rapier action, stabby, with a miss. And her final action at -4. You know what? Have I lost my note? Lugging a -4 for the second attack with agile weapon. A critical miss. Oh dear. Lucky for me, I don't have an actual name. I'm just called Sneak Number 1. So no crit card. But I will say that as she comes around too wildly and starts stabbing at you, she managed to slip in some guts and poo and overextends her reach and loses an action next round trying to recover. Which brings us down to Vicar Niles Albright. Standing behind Albrecht Stonechucker, he turns 180 on Sneaky Human number 3 and begins casting a spell. Sneaky Human number 3, and it's not a spell that he finishes right away. Sneaky Human number 3, this is a very cool advantage. Has manacles in hand, ready to go. Starts adjacent to an opponent. These are the 2 conditions I must meet before enacting what they call efficient capture, a triple action or a full round action, where she tries to do an efficient capture. Has manacles in hand, is adjacent to creature. Sneak attempt tries to bind the creature's wrists or ankles with manacles. If the sneak succeeds on an attack roll with a +16 modifier against target's AC, they apply the manacles. So he's waving his hands about, and she tries to slap the cuffs on him. Interesting. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use her rapier at -1 because it's +17. And that should suffice as far as attack roll with all bonuses and such. Slaps the cuffs on him with a hit with a 28. Boom. Let's talk about disrupting spellcasting. I don't think it's done in the action. I think he just takes a flat check or penalties when he tries to, continue on with a spell. So we will get looking into that and come back to that in a moment. However, that's all her actions because this takes a triple action, which brings us to the top. It is now round 3, and Muros Anvilbender, Boar Slayer, Poo Render, an all-around good guy and druid.
Yep.
What do you want to do?
Ha-ha! I would like to carry on with the poo rending.
You gonna fling some guts at her, or just use your gory hands to continue to lay down the fist of beatings?
Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen down here right now. So Sneaky Human 1 is going to prove to be an example.
Okay, target locked.
Thank you, sir.
Have at me.
How about you? Soon as. Ooh. Do. Come on, buttons. Work with me. Loading. They're loading.
You want me to smack some buttons for you?
Smack my bitch up. That's what I'd like to happen. Oh. Just looking for Where Art Thine. It's been a bit since I used Fantasy Grounds.
Actions tab, bottom right. I got you right in front of me. Just say it, and I'll push the button for you.
Do it. Do it.
Okay. With a plus 20, the fists have eaten. 27 and is a hit, sir.
Nice. I got it now. Schmacken. Oh, I didn't drop in the right spot. There we go. 25 damage.
May I ask why you do 4d6 damage? Is that because of your striking?
Monk.
Yeah. What's your base? 2d6, and then the
I would have to
mighty
review
the wraps of
stats.
mighting.
Yeah,
the mighty
I have
wraps double it?
striking. I have striking wraps.
Yeah, so that doubles your dice.
Yes.
But your base is 2d6 for monk?
I would have to double check and go hard over these numbers, but it's been about over a month since I've looked at this character sheet. But
No.
You're in the right.
From what I'm looking at, that sounds right.
Considering how my falling.
I mean, you're like
stones-
9th level.
my falling stone strike I'm looking at is a 2d8, so I would say that I haven't updated it to current.
Okay. So, with 25 points of damage, roundhouse kick and smack to sneaky human number 1.
Yeah.
You land a mighty blow, but these highly trained, sneaky combatants withstand your punishment.
And shall we make it
stand
a
forth.
flurry? Ha-ha!
Uh-oh.
Yep. What is that? It's a cock 26, which is the hit.
It's... Yeah, but...
Oh, I thought that was a 10. That's so like.
Oh.
Oh my god. A 25.
You break her neck, and she falls. Sneaky human 1 was supposed to take some persistent damage.
Oh, she died
Last
to the
round.
poo fingers.
Yeah. Rather give it to the player anyway, so.
Oh, the dysentery! No.
Splat.
Yeah. And then I will make a movement to the dwarven thug.
Okay.
And be
You're having a movement. This is just the poo jokes never end, huh?
Well, you made that, not me. That's more projection on you, friend, than I.
Okay.
Yes.
Your flurry counts as 2 actions or 1?
1 action, friend.
Oh, okay. And you move. You have an action left, but it does count as 2 hits, right? Do you have to jump to the third?
That's
penalty
correct.
now
Yeah,
if you strike here?
multiple. Yeah, the multiple. So if I were to make it another attack, which I might,
Which you
it would
just
be
might.
yes.
Like 12 instead of 20.
That is correct.
Like
Am I-
okay, so
Am I targeted on the dwarf thug?
Yeah, yes, sir.
In
Have
case
at me.
this might happen, Hound? Oh! Look at that go! What happened? What happened? What happened? I didn't get the dice. What happened?
Nothing.
The dice rolled, and it kept rolling.
All right, I'll do it.
Thank you, sir.
Your internet's obviously hating you.
It is
20 for a miss.
Ah, bugger.
That's okay. If this thing, if Fantasy Grounds like coughs up a hit for you, I'll let you keep it for next round. How about that?
That's fair enough.
Okay, but no spamming right now.
Yeah. I did my kung poo.
Let it. Oh, boo. Okay, happy to move on to the next.
Feel free to have a movement on.
Sneaky human number 2 also has cuffs. Also is adjacent to one of our characters, and I believe with a 1 also might be able to slap those manacles onto Stone Chugger slaps cuffs on him. Dun dun dun, and that's a full round action. 1, 2, 3. The dwarven thug looks at you. And a free action, little flavor. I'm just going to pull up if I can find his image. Where are you, brother? There we go. Nope. I want the picture of him. I don't want the... It's been a while, hasn't it, Ryan? I'm like, and here's a picture of the... Oh, it's his character sheet keeps popping up. That's not what I wanted.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit of an uptake for a week or so.
to explain. Oh, here we go. Ulkin Hammerfist. Here we go. Isn't he lovely? He's got a beard that splits left and right, shaggy. He looks like he's got Cocker Spaniel ears for a beard. And then they're ringed with tiny horseshoes for braids. I shit you not. A wild westernish looking mustachio, hunched over, sort of a pale ginger blonde Viking kind of thing going on. A flat brown Robin Hood peaked fur trimmed skull cap, pulling down over his beady little eyes, big nose, giant 4040k Paltrin shoulders, and on one emblazoned our good old can't do without it for more than 5 minutes scarlet triad symbol, which now seems to be on all paraphernalia. All right.
All the
Rocking that.
triangles.
All the triangles. And see the manacles he's got in his hand? That's what the girls were slapping about on our other friends. This boy. Oh, we got a creature within the thug's reach misses the thug with a melee strike. You just did that. So before I even start my actions, as a reaction, I'm going to use Bully's Push. Thug within reach misses the thug with a melee strike, which you just did. The thug attempts to shove the triggering creature at a -2 penalty. If the thug rolls critical failure, it gets a failure instead. Shoving. Oh. Athletics, I believe. Let's shove people with athletics.
Yep.
Now, why would I want to shove you? Why not just smack you? Why shove you backwards?
Why?
Why give you a shove? What? Guys, Davis, Rose Lawyer, Drew, Rose Lawyer, what? Let's talk about shoving.
Oh, I was just going to say it's because he's got a crush on the other person and doesn't want to talk about his feelings.
He's pushing away because he wants to bring him closer.
I've been dropping jokes in our chat because I've been trying to avoid jumping in the conversation because I'm supposed to show up in a little while.
Welcome to the show, Joe Davis. We'll bring you in early as a rules lawyer to help me and Drew and everybody else.
I mean, reasons to shove include knocking prone potentially and also moving.
Prone. I'll take prone. There we go.
Also,
Athletics.
display of affection.
Misguided,
20. Does that beat you
emotionally reserved.
Yeah, emotionally vulnerable.
What's your fortitude DC? It's probably crazy high. Take your fortitude save, Ryan, and add 10.
26.
Yeah, so a -2 penalty would be 18. So he tries to give you a shove to knock you down. Get off me. And fails. That's my reaction.
Do 3 more squats.
To your swing and a miss.
Do 3 more squats!
Oh, yeah, that's right. I keep thinking I'm looking at dwarf. I'm not. I'm looking at a gnome. Get off me, you little bugger. And now, as my actual action, I will...
But I maintain the physical contact from the show. Yes.
See, normally I try and cuff you, but considering how I would just watch this crazy gnome like punch and explode 2 people, I think I might actually attempt a trip with my flail because it is a disarming, sweeping, tripping weapon. Mr. Davis.
Oh, please.
Do I do athletic? Do I hit him with the flail for a trip, or do I hit him with athletics for a trip?
As far as I know, if you're using the weapon, you can use the attack as part of it, but I'm looking to find out for sure.
Okay. I flail at you.
Flail.
Nat 20. We'll take it. Yes. He sweeps you off your feet and you're prone. Because the 20 is going to hit you. Like, he's still looking up for me, but we will. I think that is still grounds to actually knock you down. He tries to shove you, and then it's actually a decoy as he sweeps your feet out from under you.
It is technically in athletics, but I think you get bonuses from the weapon, like any feats that would apply.
Oh, +2.
Okay, well, that would actually work out the same. About the same. Okay, so...
And you attempt against their reflex DC.
What is your reflex DC?
27.
Okay. I'll still take my nat 20.
Yes, which
Yeah,
what I think does... It makes it an automatic success, and if it would be a success, it upgrades it to a critical.
Yeah. Well, I'm not trying to hurt him. I'm trying to use the weapon to knock him down. And like you said, the weapon, if like there's a +1 on the weapon, it gives me a +1 to the athletics. And as you said, so it makes sense.
Correct. What I'm saying though is the critical success does knock them prone, and they take a D6 bludgeoning damage for the fall.
Oh, can you roll it?
I specifically make the sound.
Roll your own D6, Ryan, because it worked out so well in Star Wars.
Sure. Bam.
Stop falling on yourself. Oh, right. 4. Your dice isn't working very well.
No, I rolled a 4, though. I see.
Okay. I've seen it. Well, till the audience sees it, don't work.
I'm sorry nobody else did, but I'm like, hey, that's in the top 25 percentile. So I'll take lower.
I believe you. I believe you. So you fall over on a rock and take 4 points.
My keys! I landed on my keys.
What do you fall down? You make the chirp chirp from key fob noise. Flail is not very agile. Nope. So second attack at a -5, hitting you while you're down, whilst you're prone.
The shove is an attack, is it not?
He misses you. Yeah. Well, he tries to shove you down and get you on your ass. Then as a second attack at -5, up comes the flail.
Still trying to get me down my ass. Like, hey, buy me a drink at least.
I tried to shove you on your ass, not shove your ass.
Well, you know.
Swing and a miss as you roll over and go, there are my keys.
Boop, boop.
Yeah. You are a nimble little bugger. Don't think I'm going to risk a crit fail. So, what I think I'm going to do with my last is...
Cry?
No, no.
That's free action right there.
Nope.
Kiss is also free. Just saying. Wizards of the Coast has come out and said that. That's a free.
Actually, I'm going to... he taps his symbol as if mentally activating a magical effect. That's my last action. And I'll leave you with that suspense. Which brings us to Karam.
Karam, you have a lot to digest.
All right. Let's continue targeting the dwarf thug and move maybe 15 feet to the southeast.
Okay. Sweeping around wide. And then
I will use my devise stratagem to see if I can hit him.
Okay. What do we know about dwarves? What do we know about slaving dwarves? What do we know about dwarves and manacles? What do we know about dwarves that don't buy gnomes dinner before they make advances on them? All these go through your head.
Got a 27.
I can hear Ryan just going, but I've muted him because we're in combat. I can just tell he's got things to say.
Yep.
And we'll come back to them. Yeah.
Dwarves.
Just put a pin in them.
Okay. And then for my last action, since it looks like I will hit, I will actually
use it.
Shoot. For 22 damage.
That is a lot of six-sided. Care to explain those, please?
Sure. The first 2 are for my bow, and the purple 3 are for my precision damage due to devise stratagem.
Nice.
But that is all 3 actions.
You're pulling your Sherlock Holmes, Robert Downey Jr. That's what I see when I see this class. Is Buddy just Robert Downey Jr. doing the strategize? How he plays the fight out in his head. I know we've mentioned this before, but
you zoom in, slow down. Let's see, and then I guess there's one more thing I can do.
We actually have Matt Witt and Joe Gibson watching, and they're in the chat. So they
oh no,
that's not the same as showing up and playing, guys. But if you want to tell me what your characters do, I've manacled both of you. Feel free to put it in the chat. I'll robot you appropriately. Sorry, Karam, you were saying?
Yeah, I will use shared stratagem as well. So when I hit a creature using my design stratagem, I can designate one ally And the creature that I hit is now flat-footed to that ally for their next attack.
Oh, nice.
So I will give that to our little gnome friend, Muros.
Is Muros anyone's ally? All right, fine. We'll just say it's your power, not his. It's fine. I'll give it to you.
He hasn't punched me in the butt yet, so...
Okay. Just remind me, Karen, when we come around to Muros swinging at him, I need to temporarily make him flat-footed or off guard in the new terms. Okay. Anything else, sir?
Nope, that's all my actions.
Okay. This is not the first time we've played remotely. It is Elbrick Stonechucker's turn. Now let's talk about what these lovely manticles are going to do to you. When one uses efficient capture and manacles get slapped on you, actually, you know what? I think it's in the rules. You take penalties to movement if it's in the legs, to attacks, I think it's like a -2. But it doesn't hinder you quite as bad as you might think. It doesn't necessarily keep you from spellcasting, that kind of thing. So, Matt, if you're still out there in internet land, what would you do? Better hurry up, because I'm going to have you do something silly. You too, Joe Gibson, who's Vicar Niles, who's next. Oh, you know what? No? Nothing? No, don't see anything popping up. Okay, you're all mine. Elbrick Stonechucker begins casting a spell, releasing arcane energies, and tries to make a flat check. Gets wrapped up in his cuffs, falls backwards onto Niles Albright, who is mid-chant. And in the tangle of chains and arcane energies going off, there is a flash of light, and Elbrick Stonechucker staggers back. He cannot believe what he sees. He tries to run away. Thank you, Matt. That's great. But fails. The form of Niles Ulbrich in a flash of light and a thunderous, echoing Jurassic Park Tarzan yell of a belch suddenly vanishes. And due to the strange divine and arcane mystery energies of him messing with that portal of Desna, in his place stands a familiar-looking halfling cleric of Desna. She looks at you guys, recognition sparking in her eyes. She knows that dwarf. There's something familiar about the way that gnome moves. She doesn't know the other halfling, but she knows the cleric. And then back to Elbrick Stonechucker. And then suddenly she narrows her eyes. And as if joining the fight or fray, lifting her holy symbol, she says,
"Oh, hell no."
And in a flash of light, she is gone. And when the light dissipates, another man stands in her place. Joe Davis, welcome to the show. Would you please... As we skipped over my wife doing her cameo. You like that? She was in the original couple episodes and ran off going, nope, these guys, screw these guys. Would you describe what we see in Niles' place?
A human male, mid-30s, generally nondescript, long, kind of light brown, shaggy hair. Looks like he's probably just woken up, and he probably has only been asleep for about 3 hours after a 3 times as long bender, with a rapier on one side of his hip and a large black iron looking mug on the other side of his hip. Just kind of standing there, generally confused. His cloak that he's wearing, not really a cloak, massive leather coat, is dirty and stained and looks like it could tell more of a story than even he could. And it's just he's just shocked, like trying to adjust. Like when you walk outside of a movie theater after being in like a Lord of the Rings trilogy and it's still daylight outside, that's what his face is like right now, where he's just like, what? Wait, what? Huh?
Now, you said your character is actually from Kintargo, funny enough.
He is. Well,
yes.
he was in Kintargo most recently for the past handful of months, very depressed and drinking.
Oh, okay.
He was originally from Kermaga. He went to Kintargo to try and join in the rumored revolution to shake off the shackles of Chilaxian rule, and got there like 4 days after the city was declared free. Right. So he's just been bummed the whole time.
Okay. Well, perhaps you've been arrested. Perhaps you've been vested in the flesh trade because slavery still runs rampant on the coast. You actually know that a organization whispered called the Scarlet Triad has moved in, and you wake up disheveled, not sure where you are. I mean, you've blacked out before, you've lost time before. I mean, it comes with the religion, right?
Right.
You find yourself standing there, manacled, with another manacled dwarf in robes, reeling from your appearance, and behind you, a dastardly, bald-shaven woman wearing night black leather armor, carrying a rapier, with a wicked grin. You seem to be at her mercy. Your shield leaning against your hip. Technically, it was touching you, maybe when you were standing or falling up, and your rapier, thank God, still at your side. Your pack is on you, but there's gear. There's a weight shift. Like somebody, imagine you're like about to jump out of a plane and someone's putting a parachute on you and strapping you up, and then you wake up and they're like, okay, ready to jump, and you just suddenly feel the weight of the pack. A bunch of your gear shifts, and there are items and things and weight on you that wasn't there moments ago or when you slept. So being completely bewildered, okay, I will allow you a reaction, possibly a single action, but not a full round this turn. So as you stand there bewildered and your adrenaline kicks in that you're in danger possibly, what would you do? A single move? A single draw of a weapon? A single reaction from a power?
Oh, crud.
A prayer or curse to your god. Both
I
are
am going
accepted
to
in
utter
these
as a
circumstances.
free action. That's the last time I drink Hunt Master.
Okay.
Let me check one thing real quick. So here is the issue is I had to have the shield raised to be able to do that. So I can't draw my shield and then raise it because I believe raising a shield requires an action.
You can draw it. You're halfway there.
I could.
I mean, looks like shit's going down. While he's thinking about this, ladies and gentlemen, did you hear Cheryl chime in on the other mic? Did you guys catch that? Okay.
Did.
Imagine me explaining this scene to her and how I need it to go down and cue her for this and what her action might. Alexa, like, what would you say? Before you get poofed away, and setting this up and then waiting for this moment. Imagine all that prep for this like short payoff or whatever. Because podcasting is fun. So what do you got for me, sir? You will spend your action deciding.
I'm going to spend my action deciding. I think what I'm going to try and do is go ahead and just pull my mug off my hip. I'm not going to actively raise it because I do not have the action for that, but I am going to attempt to like defensively hold the mug for now.
Okay. Sneaky human number 3. Funny enough, is quite bewildered as you. She saw you revving up to cast a spell. She slapped the cuffs on you, and to see this glitching of several people poofing in front of her, she doesn't know if you're some kind of shapeshifter. She knows what a druid is, some kind of sorcerer that's polymorphing or whatever. But in the end, we're left with another human, drunk like the last one, and just kind of getting defenses ready. I won't have her act fully in her confusion. She'll make a perception check to try and figure out what's going on. And roll, succeed, or fail it. I still think in the end her actions would be the same. Is she would throw a dagger at you after taking a tentative step back just to see if you're real if you're an illusion, or if this is some kind of trap where if she leans in, maybe get electrified. Because I've been in the business too long. I've seen some shit. I can't say I've seen stuff like this before, but I've seen some stuff. So dagger comes flying at you, sir, and misses you narrowly. You just getting the shield up, and you don't necessarily have it ready, but she was going for a spleen shot, and ting, off the shield and falls to the ground. And then you just look at her, she looks at you, and there's that understanding that both are flesh and real, and it's on like Donkey Kong. Which brings us around to round 4. Miros.
Yes.
How would you like me to take this tag and stick it on our friend here, the dwarf, and pull up effects and make him flat-footed or off guard, as the new term is, thanks to your new halfling friend? The one that you were going to throw to the demon?
I wasn't, but yes.
He was going to do what now?
So I was going to be a collaborant in that, but not the
Dude,
active initiator.
I have you on tape, as it were. I have you on record going like, throw the new guy Cameo to the wolves. Anyway,
No. I said that's our MO. I was just
okay.
I was being on brand. I was thinking about brand at that point.
Well, now the little bugger's becoming insanely helpful. Perhaps it's time to whiff a new brand. Anyway, what do you want to do?
Oh. Okay. Life leap to the other side for starts.
Does that take one?
One move action.
Okay. Does that
Which is an
automatically
action.
make him flat-footed, even though I'm technically flat-footed?
No, that
already?
just make that I just get to move where I want. I go boop boop.
Oh, okay. It's just cool.
Yeah, it's just flash. It's like
No, it's
Okay,
not your
Nightcrawler.
the sneak. Like, you're in range of getting flanked by anybody on the board, so it's still a good tactical move, even though it's flashy.
it's flashy.
It's fine.
I just want to do it because it's flash. Yeah, but yeah, no,
Take
totally
the win.
tactical. 100%. Yeah. I analyzed it. I came up with 100 different scenarios, and this is the one scenario was the most optimal. No, it's cool. Poof, poof, what do you want?
Okay.
Poof, what do you want? Poof, what do you want? So I poof to the other side. And what is my dwarven friend's status? Because you said he might be flat-footed. He might be.
He's off guard. So you, for not a dice sense, but for like a theatrical sense, the halfling shoots him with his bow after carefully analyzing his target, and he hits him in a low rib and causes the dwarf to stagger. And you see that he's sort of on his heels now, as opposed to on his toes, a little bit off balance.
I
and
would
you
like
can
to bring
easily,
Yep. I would like to take an acrobatics or an athletics, which is my stronger card, and make him fully on his back.
Now, you are prone at the current moment.
Yeah, but I'm a monk,
Okay.
and I'm also by species.
Is there prone fighting feats? Are there penalties when you try to fight prone? And the feats eliminate them?
Solid
there's
questions.
penalties.
Solid questions all around.
I don't think there is. Like, I think you could just kick him in the shin and knock him over. I'm pretty sure. Let's have the rolls, and we can do penalties later, or say, can't do that. And you can change your
athletics?
tactics. So
Check
yeah,
to
assuming that loads, because I haven't got any decent rolls from you. Oh, there it is. You got a roll.
and 30.
Okay. Let's see now. What is
Hadouken.
my reflex? Would be 22. So even with penalties, even prone penalties, if they're stiff as -2 or -4, my rules lawyers are striking
Bacon.
hot iron on the internet. Yeah.
So,
Yes, no?
so prone only states that there is a penalty to attack rolls.
That's fine.
I mean, if he's doing like a action or like an athletics check or whatever, I don't know if that counts in that.
Oh yeah.
regard.
If you use an athletics check to attack, like say you do a punch and an athletics check in the second punch, the athletics are actually at penalties and the whole bit. Like they slot right into attack rolls, even with the
They do
penalties
have
of
the
4.
They do have the attack trait as well, so that would make
Yes.
sense.
So he wants to knock him on his ass, so he can do a trip or a shove, whatever he wants to do. He uses athletics, and it's just at -2. So, Ryan, your 30 becomes a 28, which is still sufficient.
Oh,
Side
hey.
note as well about shove. Shove doesn't actually knock you prone. It just, if you critically success, you can move close enough. Like you can move after the shove. Trip is the only action that knocks prone. Now, if you critically fumble the trip, you become prone.
Okay.
Hmm.
Well, what I'll do, instead of like putting you on your feet, since I tried to shove and succeeded and tried to trip and failed, I'll say that he stepped in. I'll hold my 20, just like I let these guys hold dice. Use the 20 to trip. Ryan's still down, but while prone, add a -2 to attack with your athletics of 30. You manage to knock him on your ass. So you've seen this in Kung Fu movies. The guy, you tangle up his legs and brings him down. He hasn't gotten up, but now he's brought them both. They're like, well, I don't want to say scissoring, but they're ankling.
Phrasing.
But for lack of accuracy of terminology.
Putting the image in your head quickly. Okay, the guy is down and at your ankle length.
Well, hello.
Before you start doing thumb wars with your toes, what do you want to do now? Get up?
No, I'm 100% comfortable where in my current scenario. So I will flurry of kicks. Like, hey.
Okay. Just start axe dropping on his shins and try to break his legs.
No, just bicycle kick to the face while laying on my back. I have two toddlers. I have witnessed this is a very effective tactic.
Just flipping.
It's not even fancy. That's the worst part about it. It's just like it's raw.
Yeah, grabbing your ankle and pulling so that your ankle comes up to his nose, and then you just whap. Sure, why not? Okay, -2, please. And also this is your second attack so you need to take the penalty of 4, so that's 6. So if you put -2 in your modifier and then hit your second attack button,
Yeah.
the mod thing down the bottom there. Bottom left.
Yeah.
Give me hard -2, and then hit your second.
So negative. So it's like a 16.
Yes.
Done. Oh, nat 20.
Oh wow, that was a lot. Now guess what? I have a name. This guy is Ulfrin Hammerfist. So as you scissor kick him to the face, right? Critical effect, feeble parry. He tries to get his flail up to parry, and you not only do you rake down his arm and smack him in the face, he actually drops the weapon. So the target drops one weapon it's wielding, determined by the DM. He drops the only weapon he had in his hand. Well, actually, he did have the manacles, but
the fail. Yeah.
Let's be fair. That would be phoning it in. So you not only do you wickedly kick him in the face for critical, you manage to disarm him, and he drops the flail. Can I have damage, please?
Gladly. Oh, look at those dice.
Oh my god.
44.
You push his nose into his brain, and he just twitches, flail at his side. And Ulfin Hammerfist, possibly resurrected to question later, but Ulfin Hammerfist, fellow dwarf. Well, not technically fellow dwarf because you're gnome, but Ulfin.
That's my purse. Let go.
Is dead. Squish.
I believe the term you're looking for is "I don't know you." Colin.
Oh,
that's my purse. Sorry, the text in here has to have the correct terminology.
Yeah, nope, that's fair. That's what Master would have wanted. That's my purse. I don't know you.
So now he's not just rules lawyering, he's meme lawyering for us. Thank you.
No, appreciate it. And
you have an action left.
I carry through with my kicks.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm like, that's my purse. Let go.
Oh, so you're just mutilating the body at this point for extra XP. Okay.
Yeah.
It's like you're
as a toddler
UFC Liu Kang.
Yeah.
Do you even after parents say stop later? No response.
Asshole.
Okay. And that's you? Last kick in
that is me.
Okay. Sneaky human.
Yep.
Sneaky human number 2 has Elbrick chained up and now presses her attack. With a yell and gritting of teeth, takes a step in, 5-foot step to close the gap on Elbrick, and yells, "Hammerfist, no!" I'll avenge you. That kind of thing. Sorry, I don't need to take a step in. I am adjacent while I'm up here on the corner, so that's fine. Yeah, we're gonna rapier you. We're gonna stab the guy who couldn't show up in time for the show. A critical 35. I don't have a name. Lucky you, Matt. but will do some damage like you've never seen. 1d6 plus 5 piercing, doubled and tripled. 25 points of damage, easily stabbing the flailing, double-cuffed man, dwarf, before him. And then with a -4 penalty, rapiers him once again, but this time misses. And no more actions in case this is the sneak that lost an action, though I think that one is actually technically dead. Karam,
Hello.
you're winning. I mean, we're winning. Well, not yet, but soon.
Yeah, we'll see. It's looking pretty decent. How about that? How about I turn and I will try to help out MalBurg. So I will target sneaky human number 2. Yep.
Yep.
And I will use my devised stratagem.
Okay. The one with rapier is stabbing my friend. He is handcuffed. How to proceed?
With a 23, and that is a miss.
Okay. I don't know if you got the chops for it, but while you're rolling dice, if I can hear your inner monologue of analyzing, that would be kind of cool, as opposed to, I use this power, and there's my, yeah. I know, I'm asking for it, but I do ask all the clerics and paladins, much to Doug's chagrin, to give me the frickin' prayer, as opposed to, use this ability, use this ability, use this ability, done. It's like, come on, let's hear the prayer. You know, let's see what you say to the god that whose power you're borrowing, you know?
The god, yeah. Is the heart on the right side or the left side? The right, the left, right, left, right, left. Oh, I don't know.
The savant just gets lucky. That's awesome. Karam, what did you get? 23?
23.
It's a miss, I believe. I think. I hope. I wonder. I'm double checking. 25 is what you need. That is a miss.
Okay. Let's try.
It's on the right side. Whoops.
Whoops. Okay, I'll do another attack at a -5. There we go. For a 24.
We believe in you. So close.
Okay, and then I think what I'll do is I'll move 10 feet to the northeast.
It's Miros, okay?
Yep.
Widening the gap. Pelting her with arrows. Ping, ping, ping. But her leather armor holds fast, and her tenacious dodging. Don't feel bad. Because as you're about to hit me or whatever, I have this cool reaction called dodge, and it adds another 2 to my AC, and those become 27. So it's like, as soon as you hit me with 25, I'm like, and dodge? It's really annoying. So, don't feel bad. Elbrick Stonechucker. Well, boys, help me out here, Ryan. Roll a flat crit for me, he says. Oh, that sounds like he wants to cast a spell. 9. What's the flat roll for spells when you're manacled? Can you just look up manacles? I've been actually stalling and quietly looking at manacles online stuff, but the bit that I'm looking for, how it hinders spell casting, I can't find it.
What quality are they?
I think they're average. Average quality.
Has a DC 5 flat check and a two-handed creature.
Okay.
Wristbound. I'm just reading.
You got a 9, so I'll cast away. He can counter a crit roll if he rolls 17. No, you did not. Oh, we wanted to counter the crit that was on him. Okay. So the previous crit, sorry, I'm just checking the chat late here. I crit Matt, and he has that ability where if he rolls 17 or higher, he can negate the crit with some of his abilities. Sorry, Matt. You see the 9? I see the 9. You still got a crit. I don't know. Like, I could just throw his spells, but I don't want to empty the guy's spell repertoire. Like, that's an entire day worth of studying. You know what I'm saying? He just goes all Garrett on her with it. Thank you for the weapon. I smack her with the manacles, right? I use his fist. Yeah. Why not? Come on. I mean, he is Miros' cousin. Let's go.
He has
I'm sure he's
cantrips
upset
still,
at this
right?
point.
Let's go!
Yeah. Chill touch, frostbite, produce flame, shield, tanglefoot. Telekinetic projectile is one of his favorites.
And say, bro,
If I know
that's
him,
what
he would pick
cantrips
up
are for.
he would pick up the dagger that she dropped if he was aware. He'd be like, "Am I aware?" I'd be like, "Make a perception check." He's like, "Cool, perception check done." Double thing. Cast. Tell me I'm wrong, Ryan. He would totally like pick up the chick's dagger that just dropped and throw it at. And the funny thing is, daggers are
Let's
D4,
do
but
this!
When you use a telekinetic projectile, you get free D6. Bludgeoning, damning, piercing, slashing, 1d6 plus your spellcasting ability modifier. Cool. Ada! 18. Critzer. Oh, God. Al says, "All right, enough is enough. You've crossed the line, Missy." And he stands himself really wide and leans forward like he's doing the football thing, and he swings the chain down low, and then he just drops his head, and there's the dagger floating already, and right kicks her in the throat. And Matt, not even showing up, Jesus Christ, kills sneaky number
He's
sneaky
trying.
human number 2.
He's trying. His window to this world is updating currently.
I know, that's okay. Well, I was inspired because I'm trying to think of old episodes, like what he usually does when he's cornered, and he's like like you said, Drew, he falls back on cantrips. Remember, Drew was a fan of the show before I actually tagged him to join Mongers in other shows, and then asked him to cameo in this one. So now he actually gets to listen to the episodes as he's a part of them. How's that for being an Uber fan? So if anyone besides Ryan, who I just asked, knows what Mr. Albrecht Stonechucker would do, it's that guy right there. He just doesn't know what side your heart's on, but he knows how Albrecht Stonechucker thinks. Fraser Nilshadow. Is that your name?
That is, yes.
Mr. Nilshadow.
Yes.
Adrenaline kicking in, giving you momentary clarity.
Yes.
What do you do?
I'm going to be generally looking at the individual who just threw a knife at me. Having been in my own share of, bar fights, I'm going to go I'm looking like I'm about to hurl everywhere, and then I belch in her direction, utilizing the spell Noise Blast.
Okay.
So it's being targeted. Thank you.
You're actually going to burp for a noise blast?
Yes.
Oh, I don't like burping on podcasts, but I gotta say, I'll have to find some really good, like, cinematic belching.
I can record
that's
one
famous.
for you later.
Yeah, like tag it and put it in here for to cast that spell. That's just rude, but
Oh my god. So I rolled it. She critically failed the save.
okay.
So
Gets
she's
double
taking
damage, yeah.
double damage.
Okay. You just belch nastily in her face and it vibrates her skull and bones. Okay.
But
This ought to be good because Sneaky Human 3 has been touched. She's at full health. So what have you got?
I guess I roll it twice, so she. Oh, no,
Actually,
they doubled it. They automatically doubled it.
There's a double damage button here, like a crit button. I'm just wondering if that.
Well, they already did it. If you read the first time I rolled twice, so just ignore the second roll, or reduce the damage from the second roll. She took 28 damage and it doubled.
Oh, I see. So 14, and they just flipped it over.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you may want to
Okay.
give her back 14 HP though, because I double rolled, thinking it wouldn't automatically double.
Okay, we'll do that.
And as she also critical failed, she is deafened for 1 minute and stunned 1.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Let me look at these effects up here. Dun, 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 dun. Deafen. There's one you don't get every day. And stunned 1. Now, stunned 1, I can spend an action to get rid of,
Yes. I think it just
or slowed.
no. Stunned, I think, removes 1 action.
Yeah,
Like-
but is it like, I know slowed you can spend actions to take it away, like to trip it up and it resets at the end of the round. Some of them though don't. Some of them are like you're stuck with it till the end of the encounter.
That's what I think slowed does. I think it's stun that eats up your actions. Second, I'm looking it up.
Okay. I just don't want to jip you. I just want to go, and she spends an action, gets rid of it when it's something that might actually have to she might have to flat check
Stunned
to get rid
is like
of it.
the better version of slowed.
Yeah, okay. So I got my screens here, but they're outdated now. This is all legacy stuff. Like a lot of these little things in terminology, they've updated a lot of stuff in core, and we have to require Archives of Nethys. And this is
essentially because they're stunned one, they're going to be starting their next turn with one less action.
All right.
That's it.
Fine. That's fine. You can do that. Get away with that. Okay. Reeling from the stench, from the damage, from the pure audacity of magically amplifying your rudeness.
I do need to use one more action, and I'm going to draw my rapier. Or no, I'm going to raise my mug towards her. Just
to be clear, this is a mug-shaped shield?
Correct.
Or just a giant mug?
It is a buckler that is designed to look like a large black iron mug.
Okay, but it's flat and cut out in mug shape. It's not actually a big iron mug that you just hold up and parry with.
It is a big iron mug. It's just
okay.
So as we discussed, I got a special magical enchantment for it. It is basically just a buckler, but it looks like a mug. Like I can't actually use it to hold liquor.
But it's enchanted to look like a 3D mug.
Correct.
Cool. It's kind of neat though. Parry, that's neat. I like that. All right. Well, if you're done playing around, I don't have handcuffs on me right now. My saving throw. What were you trying to hit?
42.
Okay, so never mind. I thought I could have an ability to help with that, but no. All right. Some rapier action for you. I still have that in my hand. And a critical miss. And I'm out of actions. So, shaking off the stun, overreaching with a rapier. Oh, you know what? I need to move up. I move up towards you. Then I stab you with a rapier. Then I crit fail, which means I overreach and will spend a round next round, recovering, which effectively reduces how many actions she has next time. And we lollygag our way into round 5 with only one opponent standing. I would say the day is almost won, but you never know. Miros, your date stops twitching on the ground. Care to get up? What do you want to do?
Well, what a little tosser that day is. Oh well, moving on to the next one then. Walk over to Karam.
So you get up?
Hey, yep. Get up. Take a 5-foot step, move over to Karam. Life leap to the other side of Karam. Oh, every time I life leap, I would like to canonically leave butterflies behind me.
Sure. Your devotion to Desna is appreciated.
Very good.
Theo and see it. Okay. 1 to get up, 1 to 5-foot step, 1 to life leap.
Yep.
You're on the side of Karam, but you're out of actions.
Okay.
But care to comment to Karam? You have nothing to say?
Well, that was interesting, wasn't it?
I just hope those didn't come out of your butt.
I don't know where they come from.
Drew. Finally had 30 seconds report without butt jokes. You just took us right back down.
You guys are just lucky I
thank
can't get
you,
the
but
stinking cloud spell because that's where it
oh my god. That would just be...
I was hoping you would tell me where they come from.
Aiden, our youngest player in Star Wars, was berating us of how immature we are, and we're all over like 30.
He's shaking his head now. I can hear it.
Yeah,
you
no
feel
kidding.
it through the force.
Yeah.
No kidding. Speaking of Karam, it's your turn, sir. What do you want to do?
Let's go down to the southwest. See if we can get a decent shot 15 feet.
Okay. Flip around all the gore, and there's an open shot. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do devise stratagem.
Okay.
The heart doesn't work. Let's go for the head. Head
for the
houses
knee.
brains.
Arrow to knee will retire them instantly. They have to leave guard duty. Never mind.
Yeah, 34
That is it.
with 22.
So the upside is you get to use your big fat intelligence instead of your dexterity to shoot. The downside is you spend an action using your brain, then your follow-up action has to use that attack roll, which burns 2 actions, really, right?
I don't have to attack, but yeah, it basically uses a turn to see if I'll hit, or an action to see if I'll hit.
Okay.
So if I do want to use that attack roll, then yeah, it's 2 actions to actually perform the damage.
Can you negate, like say you roll shitty, can you just do a regular dex roll after that?
Yeah,
Like could you just do a regular shot?
but I think it comes at the penalty, the second attack penalty.
I
think.
know, but it doesn't deny you another action. Otherwise, it would lock up your turn, right? So, okay, that's kind of cool. Even at -4, I mean, that's better than, doing nothing. Okay, that's cool. And sorry, your damage?
22 damage.
Oh, spleen. Ow. She takes a solid hit. Blood starts pumping. She looks a little woozy, but I'm still standing.
Yep, and that's my actions.
Witt. I can counter a crit roll. Yes. Double thumbs up with the dagger. You really like that. Cantrips are free. Yes, we know this. What's he got left? Albrick. I think he's going to take a moment since we pretty much mopped this up. He's going to take a step back as an action. He's going to try to escape these chains. And we'll come back to Albrick after these messages. Glug, glug, glug. Which leaves us with Frazier and El Shadow. Mug/shield in hand. Adjacent to Sneak number 3. Rapier, still at your hip. What do you want to do?
I do have manacles on, correct?
Yes. -2 to attack. And you need, there's flat checks to manipulate objects, so you might need a flat check to draw a weapon.
Right.
Because it says anything with the manipulate, right? Trait, you take flat checks. So I need a flat check. What's going on here?
Oh, I think
What's going on here? What?
Albert's joined us.
Albrecht. From the distant. From beyond. Magic missiles have sprouted on fantasy grounds. I'm just going to pretend I don't realize I could bring him a Zoom call. I'm just going to add up these.
So I have a question because again, though I can find rules, I'm still not as associated with 2nd edition Pathfinder as I wish I was. If I were to use a spell that has a ranged attack, it would be a concentration check, correct?
They don't do concentration checks in this now. It's just the flat checks, and there has to be something hindering you. So you're doing the flat check because the manacles, and everything else is kind of a freebie. Let's look at L.
Well, you know what? I'll shift back. I'll use an action to move back 5.
Okay. It looks like Al's doled out 14 points worth of magic missile before you get too friendly with this girl.
Okay.
Just so I can have her in the right frame. Well, hello there.
Hey,
What up, Matt?
how's it
So
going?
tell me I'm wrong.
guys?
Would you not totally have telekinesis that chick's dagger?
Yeah, that was
Drew,
brilliant. Good,
I
that was
like
a good
that.
move. Good
Well,
move.
it wasn't just me. You can thank Drew for backing that.
Thank you, Drew.
All right.
Thank you very much.
You can also thank Ryan because he didn't say no.
It's true.
And then
Nope,
come up with some
I
cockamamie-
totally annihilated
cockamamie.
every opponent. I teleported, kicked, flurried, and dated everything that was on the ground.
Right in the middle of me saying, Ryan, tell me I'm wrong that Matt would do this. I thought Ryan would fly off the handle with like, no, he would do something with a weasel and a cantrip and a drink and just like, oh shit. But he didn't say anything. I'm like, right. Drew's like,
No,
"You do this." I'm like, okay, well.
I kicked this motherfucker in the face till he died. I mean,
So
I mean, when
So,
in doubt, magic missile. Or sorry,
Yeah.
force barrage.
I know, but
that's what I call my feet.
he telekinetically just moves Miros at him.
Oh, but the dagger
Fraser-
thing was great.
Okay, cool. Sorry, getting back to Fraser's turn, which we're in the middle of. We're just trying to clean up that.
Terribly sorry.
Post
Terribly
text.
sorry.
No.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
So once I move back, I will do the 5 flat check for to cast the spell. Blurp.
Yep.
Success.
There it is. Continue.
And I'm going to cast Divine Lance. From my other hand, like they're manacled like this, like next to each other, and I'm holding the
Yep.
mug in one hand, and I just like finger wiggle and point, and
Okay.
it shoots.
The somatic component for Divine Lance. Now, do you have... Is your buckler the holy symbol? Is it emblazoned on there? Like, does it double? Niles had a flask made of the metal and emblazoned with the holy symbol. Like, and just for show, we're like, here, take a holy symbol and glue it to the flask, just so there's no argument, but that was his holy symbol.
So
I'm just curious.
I don't know if spells even have those kind of components anymore, because I'm not finding information on components when I look at spells now.
No,
just seeing how many actions they
focus.
take.
Divine focus. Sorry.
Right.
Divine
I don't
focus.
even see like the need for a focus.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. You don't have to have one, but if you did, flavor, the mug, or just curious.
Oh yeah,
if you
I'm always gonna have the mug.
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't use a spell casting, would you have identification for the church? You pull it out the chain, going, here's my.
Yep. I do have a silver holy symbol around my neck.
Yeah.
It's
Here's
also
my-
a flattened mug.
Here's my happy hour card.
I did hit
Yes. Divinely.
for 13 damage, spiritual damage.
Okay.
And the
damage,
air
divine
smells and crackles lightly of hops around.
Of hops and okay. Nice. And then that's you, sir.
Yeah, that's me. That's all my actions.
And then it is Sneaky Human 3. I love it when they script these guys. There's Runaway, there's Beg, and I don't want to spoil it, but in another podcast with other players, another venture. Well, actually, Drew was there. You get a guy down to certain points, and he just throws down and begs for his life. And he literally, like Ryan would love this, so would Doug. He literally reevaluates his life choices on the spot and goes, "What's the point? My career is over. The project has failed. Don't kill me, or you might as well." And I surrender. Where was Doug for that adventure? I don't know. But not this case. Sometimes they fight to the death. So, getting back to the old standard, I mean, we did have a player extra attack a dead body for melee XP. Why not having a bad guy already scripted to fight to the death? Step forward. I attack the new guy to make Joe Davis feel welcome to our podcast. Hits you with her rapier and does 1d6 plus 5. 10 points for total light piercing damage. But wait, there's more. -4 to a second attack. My first attack. Oh, but wait. I am missing an action this round.
They were only stunned 1. They should have gotten their action back at this point.
Yes, but remember I crit failed? And I carried it over? So recovering as a single action, stepping as a second, leaning in and getting the 10 points as a third, I will hold my 31, which hits you for next round, or hits somebody, as we do hold them. I'm just saying. Which brings us to round 6, and I've got a 31 hovering on my rapier in the air. Muros, what do you do?
And you're muted.
It's Ryan who's deaf. he's had some trouble. Karam, tell me. Oh, there he is.
No, what? No. I kick it in the face.
Okay, no one's around you. except
I
for maybe
life
Karam.
leap, then I kick it in the face.
There's no one adjacent for your life leap.
I move, then I life leap, then I kick it in the face.
Okay. So 5,
I kick you in the face.
10, 15, 20, and then life leap to the other side of her to get flanking?
Yes. Wait. Free action. You want to go on a date?
That's
Me, who's
inappropriate
new to
behavior.
the group, leans around so I can lock eyes with him after he says, "Want to go on a date?" Dude.
Unexpected foot.
I'm off guard, Muros, because you're flanking me.
Ah!
Now what? Oh,
Aha.
but wait a moment. I am a rogue. I have tons of abilities. One moment. Mobility. Sneak to move half speed does not trigger reactions. Then done.
Look at these blood splats. What abilities do you have that will make you not be a blood splat?
Yeah, okay. No,
Do you
I'm
have an
just double-checking.
anti-blood splat ability? I
She
recommend
doesn't
you
have,
use that.
She doesn't have the new uncanny dodge, but she had a whole bunch of other thiefy stuff.
That
But
is
so I can do
unfortunate. You do not have the unblood spot ability.
Now, not dead yet.
Yeah, yet.
Have at me. What do you want to
How
do?
about you?
2 actions. You only got an action left?
I have a flurry of blows.
Ooh, which only counts as 1, right?
It counts as 1. Flurry
Oh,
of
let's
blows
have it.
number 1. Hadouken! Oh, you're
That's a
lucky.
miss.
Fortunately, I rolled a 3.
That is a miss.
Hadouken number 2. Also, I rolled an 8. Why is it not rolling up? The dice hate me! I can
Internet
see.
hates you.
Okay. 32 as
That's it.
reported. I will roll the
Okay.
damage. 30.
And I become a blood smear. Who knew? Miros was
Mhm.
right. Even a clock's right twice a day. So's Miros.
Ah.
He's right twice a campaign. And splat. Now we have no one to question. Oh well. Yes, we do. Get the new guy.
Wait, are they dead?
dropping
I
us.
can question the dead. Can I question the dead?
You want to go around and make sure they're all dead? Do some double taps?
Yeah.
So,
a dead body
a
tells
chain-
no lies.
A human from Cantargo and a chain dwarf meet in a forest with a halfling looking on, trying to figure out what side his heart's on. Go.
Sounds like a joke, but a bad one. Yeah. Blech.
What do you guys do now? Niles has vanished.
What the hell happened?
I unmanacle myself if I haven't already.
Possibly they have keys, or you want to do a thievery check?
Albric, did you see that? I totally bursted through their blood system, sir. Did you see that? I did that 3 times.
Oh, it's disgusting, Muros.
What are you talking about?
I thought our grand took us better than that.
And she said nothing but transporting yourself through the circulatory system of another living individual, did she?
What the hell?
What do you mean, what the hell? Who the F are you to be judging me?
Just this
Can I
mental
jump
image.
into his
He,
blood
does,
system?
he goes life leap, and he just dives into somebody's butt crack, and then comes out of their mouth.
This is what we get every season the boys releases, and then we just get totally rude.
Yeah.
We're like,
it's such a boys inspired scene.
oh. Anyway,
I'm gonna life leap through that little tosser there to let them know what life leap's all about. Hey, you! I'm gonna life leap through you.
No,
Hey, I'm doing it.
no.
Right then, did you leave any of these fellas breathing?
No, I did not.
the biggest problem, gentlemen, is where the hell is Niles and who is a stranger, yes?
Right.
No,
Niles has vanished from the field.
I mean,
I know that
Everyone played
Niles
legs with me.
was leaning and inclining closer and closer to dwarfdom. But this is quite the change, new Niles.
My name's not Niles, thank you. It's Fraser.
Fraser.
Yeah.
Albert, if you let me life leap through him, I'll tell you everything about him.
I
Just
swear
give
to
me-
God, don't.
Just let me do it.
Listen.
I
perception
totally
check,
see
Karen.
what you did there, Joe.
Yeah, thank you. Oh, the last name too. It's Fraser Nilshadow.
Oh, baby, I hear the blues are calling, toss salad and scrambled eggs.
Fun fact, that's what my belch smelled like.
Now we gotta stop this to find out
All
what
right,
the
just to
reference
toss
is.
him in here again.
It's
If I
a-
like
it's a
the
Fraser
show,
and
TV show.
Niles.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Fraser and Niles from the show Frasier.
And,
Okay, okay.
Niles
And that was
I am
the
aware-
theme song.
I remember Island Niles. Like, I've only seen a couple episodes of the whole thing. I remember Frasier from Cheers, but I
That
did
was-
not watch a lot of Frasier itself. So
That
You're
was
on
that
the
was
right
in.
track.
I haven't seen all the show either. I just when you said his name was Niles, the only Niles I knew in pop culture was Niles from the show Frasier. So I was like, all
Hey.
right.
that's but like his name is Niles Albright, and I suggested if you didn't have a name, go with Giles Dark Shadow, and he's like, I got even better. And then last second, I learned his name is like Niles
Fraser Nilshadow.
Fraser
So
Fragile Nil Shadow. I'm like, oh, that's perfect.
No, it's good. It's very good.
So
So
I'm gonna
instead of-
while I'm like
Sorry.
not breaking eye contact with Mr. Jump Through Your Body over here.
Yeah, just put your butt crack in the bush there. You'll be fine.
No, it's 100%. It's like I flinch every day. He breaks eye contact for 2 seconds. I flinch as if I'm going to jump through his body.
And the hands immediately go and cover the butt.
I'm like reaching down to the body in front of me to look for keys.
Yeah.
So, right, where did you come from? And where did our friend go?
Well, I was in Kintargo last I saw. Like, I was talking to some guy, and we were drinking. And I don't even know what day it is, but that was the last thing I remember. I swear to God, I have to stop drinking the Huntmaster stuff. Like, the last time I woke up in a swamp with an earring in my mouth. So,
Huntmaster, let me jump through his body.
oh
Let me
my
do it.
God. Dude, stop.
Cut
You shut your mouth.
Cutscene to a tavern like hours earlier, where a guy comes in and he spots Niles, clergy in the corner. And it's like, "Are you the guy I'm supposed to meet?" And you're like, "Does he have the item?" He's like, "Yeah." And it cuts to him like talking about this portal key that he's carrying, and Niles wants drinks to identify the item and hear the story. And as this guy prattles on about how it's been his family and might be magical or might be cursed, Fraser is getting, yep, drink, type of thing. And it's just obvious he's practically falling asleep and out of his chair, completely hammered, too many drinks in family. And then he's like, "What do you think?" And Fraser reaches forward, grabs it, and focuses on it, drunkenly energy, and poof, suddenly in this place in Kintargo sits Niles Albright, completely confused why he's suddenly in a bar, shrugs, and begins finishing Buddy's drink and the story.
I'd imagine Niles probably believes he got hit with an unlucky strike and now he's in Caden's Feast Hall. Because, that's just where we all go.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah.
Every frickin' Tuesday.
Yeah.
Brag, but I did get a big grin and quiet applause from Ryan over there on video. I'm gonna.
So while I'm
up to the player.
I'm digging for keys, I rehook my mug to my hip and then start.
So 100%, I'm gonna jump through this motherfucker's body and get truth out of him. I don't trust him. Look at it.
As he pops out the other side, I belch massively again. This one doesn't have a spell attached to it. It's just like a gas expulsion as he pops out the other side.
Ew.
Hiram, perception.
I barely know you guys. Can you give me a moment before you jump through my body to figure out what the hell's going on?
Let me try that again. I think I fucked it up.
Please don't.
No, it's ain't.
There's clothing and items and celebration of the freedom of Kintargo when it broke away from Cheliax's colors, as it were, that you can wear. You know what I mean? That someone only from Kintargo could purchase. And he has them on him. Like the pin. I almost made it in time. That kind of thing.
They're dirty, though. They're very dirty.
I was part
Like,
of the rebellion, and all I got to show for it was this one t-shirt.
St. Patty's Day, and you get the beads, and everyone's Irish for a day. It's like, everyone's from Kintargo for a day. He's wearing some of that stuff. So
I didn't realize St. Patty's Day was also freaking Mardi Gras over here. Beads. No, I am wearing like a lot of regalia, ribbons, pins, all sorts of stuff from like the first election, but they're all dirty because I haven't taken my coat off since then.
Election, go on. And I don't mean like U.S. politics. You're talking like there was an election in Kintargo to like.
Well, yeah, they had to elect a new regent mayor and all sorts of stuff like that after the initial freedom. Fun fact: you actually liberate Kintargo relatively early in the adventure path. It's not like the final thing. Things just get worse.
Yeah, it's like clean up the mess.
Democracy ruined shit.
It's an interesting adventure path. I read the first book. We started to run it, but it's. I don't know if it would pod well now.
That's fun, but I'm still jumping through this motherfucker's body until I feel like I'm comfortable.
Euros, focus. Grab up all the bodies here, line them up nice and neat so Kerem can have a wee look about and see what he can figure out. Let's see if any of these are still breathing.
All right. Heat.
Do I, assuming find the keys on her body?
Yes.
Okay. I'll take the manacles off and just lie on the ground for a minute. Oh, when will the world stop spinning?
Bundles the manacles up like a pillow and puts them behind his head and sits there, hands clasped, the at peace, and I don't want to move because I'll barf.
That's fair. That's fair.
Okay.
Sweet Lord Caden, our Lord of the Mug, please grant me the serenity to not have to not.
Oh, there you go, Doug. That's pretty good. Oh, I'm sorry. Wrong cleric that was actually praying for once. As the gnome and his dwarven handler play clean up the bodies, a halfling quietly steps over and leans over you and comes into view.
You appear to be a local. Am I correct?
I don't know. Where am I?
Wait, look! Here! Glug, 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 as I force feed alcohol.
Whoa! Dude!
Boom. Life leap.
Most recently, last I remember, and I've blacked out before, so please forgive me. I was in Kintargo, but I don't know, where are we?
We're pretty close to Kintargo. I believe we were heading towards Cypress Point. It appeared to be on fire.
Okay, so we're a little north. Okay.
Yeah, a couple miles in town.
Oh, I don't have any of my survival supplies.
Hey, look, I found this here. It's got like 3 X's there. You want to drink this one?
Oh, no.
Yeah, here you go. Life leap.
As he says he's got no supplies, he actually, you guys recognize that he's carrying pieces and pouches that look remarkably like Niles' gear randomly attached to his own. And with that, we will see you all next time.
Oh,